My friends, the whole world, I don't know about the whole world, everybody thinks that they're the whole world, but part of the world is all gaga about mindfulness. So, reminds me of the story, it was in Chicken Soup for the Soul, that a guy went to India and he was like all excited about, all the stuff, the meditation, this and that. He comes back, I think in Ireland, and his grandfather's a farmer. So the grandfather says, "So what did you learn?" I said, "Well, I learned all these amazing techniques of making your mind calm." So the grandfather says, "I have a calm mind." Think about that. Imagine you're a farmer. You think you're not going to have a calm mind? Our issue today, and it's a very, very subtle issue, and this is what I want to speak about. In fact, it's really the fundamental issue of life. You see, in life, you're always going to fluctuate between either being too calm or too nervous. If you're too calm, you'll get nothing done. If you're too nervous, it's no fun. So the trick in life, and this is Jewish mysticism, it's also been Daniel Goleman, one of the foremost Harvard researchers on psychology, spoke about this in a lecture. He collects the most amazing research from the world and he gives it over to the plebs like us. And basically, the optimal functioning of a human being is right in the middle between too calm and too anxious. So you see, think about that. Maybe the way you will balance yourself is having times of calm and times of anxious. Because if you're always calm, you're not going to get anything done. If you're always anxious, you're going to be too stressed, and that's not a healthy thing. And that's what Judaism has given us in the form of davening. This professor by the name of Dr. Trachman, he came over to speak to us in our Chabad house. He said an amazing thing. He, in fact, invented a device which used on 50,000 veterans. And it has a 50%, that's an amazing number if you know anything about kind of post-traumatic stress. 50% ability to reduce post-traumatic stress. In fact, he did the device on me, and it made me so calm that I had to give myself some tension because I was too calm. So let me teach you about, in case you don't know about this, you can look it up. There are 4 frequencies. There's the alpha, there's the beta. Alpha is, let's say, they say when you're in the bathroom, you're calm, you're not afraid in any way. When you're in the world, you're more in the beta because you've somewhere behind the scenes, you've been hurt. You're afraid of criticism, so you're a little bit defensive, usually. Then there's the theta and the data. I think the theta is when you're sleeping. It's like 0 to 1. I don't know the exact thing that it's called, but maybe megahertz. And then there's the, let's call it the theta, the T, and the D, the delta. Let's call that, 2 to 7. The alpha is like 7 to 12. And then you have the beta. The beta is like from 12 to 50. So you can see a person can be super stressed. And you can actually measure this. The key thing in life, one of the most amazing teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, he says, machshava, thought, the words for machshava is also the words for simcha, which is joy. You see, if you want to be happy in life, you have to basically pray to God. So you say, what's the connection between praying? Because what happens when you pray, and I've personally just discovered this in my own life, and that's really why I'm sharing this to you. When you pray, you step away, you step outside. Imagine for a moment, you just went to the beach. Would you feel stressed? No, because you're in a different space. Beautiful waves, it's just a different reality. When you're in your reality, your whole mindset is recurring all the time. But when you're in a space of godliness, and it's really quite amazing, it's not only praying. When you're literally, our sages teach us there are 3 things that the world stands on: prayer, Torah study, and good deeds. If you do any of those 3, you literally go into a positive frequency. I don't know if it's the alpha frequency, whatever it is, but it's a different reality. And so basically the key thing in life is there has to be moments. One of the famous, I think it was Alexander Graham Bell, said genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. You can't expect this world, and this is a big problem. A lot of us want to basically be children. We want to live in the state of nirvana, which we got when we were a child. Well, you're not a child anymore, And your joy in life will be from creating. As somebody said, we are co-creators with God. That's what makes us happy. One of actually the greatest psychiatrists, Rabbi Abraham Tversky, said happiness comes from co-creating with God. When God made man, he didn't make a perfect world. He made an imperfect world. Because by us working hard and achieving, he put us in a garden. You got to grow the vegetables. Why? Why can't you just make, every animal gets its food almost pretty naturally? Why do we have to work so hard? Because you can only feel proud of what you achieve. It has to come through effort. But if you're just putting in effort in life, you don't have any joy. And the whole Judaism is based on this balance. You have moments of perspiration, 6 days a week you work, but then you have the Shabbos. You have childhood, you have the rest of your life. And so that's the key, is this balance, the Shabbos weekday balance. And that balance happens. You wake up in the morning, you pray to God, you bring the Shabbos part of your day. If you learn Torah, that's the Shabbos part of your day. And the Rebbe says when you're studying Torah, get rid of all other nuisances, all of the distractions, put them all away for that hour. Be dedicated in that hour. If you're helping others, you're going outside of yourself, outside of your stress. So it's very, very important to understand that if you want mindfulness, and again, mindfulness is not going to work because you have to be engaged in reality. So the key thing is that you have to have moments of inspiration, which is Torah, prayer, and good deeds, and moments of perspiration. And between the two of them, you will live happily ever after.